Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would make some kind of southern fried corn. And I have sat here and went through, I have 6 ears of corn. And I figured I would just save the last one just to show you. What you want to do is, you're going to cut the corn cob like 3 times. So you just want to, and it makes a mess. So I'm doing this here just so I can show you guys, but I would normally do this in the sink. So you just want to barely go down the ear of corn. Because we're going to do this like 2 or 3 times. You don't have like whole kernels. And I love this kind of corn. My grandmother used to make this corn. I don't know her recipe. I wish I did, because it was one of my favorite things that my grandmother used to make. Because I remember it had a lot of pepper in it. And you know I love that. So then you're just going to start going down again. And I'm sorry if this gets loud from my knife hitting this plate. It's kind of time consuming to go through, like if you had a bunch of this corn. And there's like this milk that comes out of the corn, like when you start getting down. And then what you can do is take your knife. Let me go ahead and scrape this in before I end up slinging it all over the place. Then you can just take the back of your knife, and you just want to scrape the corn like that. So you see 6 ears of corn, when you cut it like that, it makes a good bit. So I'm going to move my camera over and we'll go over to the stove and put it in the skillet. I have a jar of bacon grease here that I cooked bacon the other day and I saved it. Let me turn this down. So we're going to let that heat up a little bit, because the bacon grease just gives it like a nice, really good flavor. And I'm also going to add 4 tablespoons, half a stick of butter here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour our corn in here. And we're going to let that kind of cook down just a tad. And just get it coated with the butter and the bacon grease good. And I also have a can of evaporated milk. I have some pepper, a little bit of flour. I hadn't decided if I want to put a little bit of sugar in it or not. All I have is, I don't have any regular sugar. Oh, I think I do. Hold on. I forgot, my sister keeps some sugar in a jar for her coffee. It smells delicious. We'll just let this cook down for about, I got a couple pieces of my bottom of my stalk on my corn in here. And this is so much better making corn like this, like fresh corn. Oh, other than the canned stuff, because then you got all the sodium and so we'll let that cook down for about 5 more minutes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of flour. And at least, I'm going to start with a teaspoon, at least a heavy teaspoon of pepper, and then maybe a half a teaspoon of salt. Then we're going to add our can of condensed milk. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add another teaspoon of salt, pepper to this because now we're just going to let it cook, and we're going to let it cook for probably about 30 minutes or so. See, fried corn just has to have a lot of pepper in it. That's just the rule. And you want to keep a check on it. You don't want to walk off and leave it for a long time because it'll burn. So I have it my stove on about 7 right now. So we're going to let this cook for about 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 teaspoon of sugar. This has been cooking for about 10 minutes so far, and I turned it down on 4 just so it could simmer low. Sorry if you guys hear my washer and dryer going. I've let this cook for about 30 minutes now, And you see how it's just getting thick and creamy. It's done. I took a bite of it a second ago, and I swear it's almost just like my grandma's. It's so good, and it's so fresh tasting, and you just want to let the milk cook down, you know, to where it's a consistency like that. And so when you pull it back, it just slowly comes back together. But this would be a great dish, I mean, for anything. I mean, barbecues, whatever, or during the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas is your, like, corn side dish. But it tastes, it is so good. And, you know, you can use canned corn, I suppose, but I don't. I don't think it tastes the same. You know, it's just not the same. You can't get it as fine and creamy like that. We're using those whole kernel corn. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope if you have some corn, just get you like 6 ears of it and just clean it down and throw you some in a pan, and it is so good. I think you guys would love it. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Love you guys. Bye. I'm gonna eat some corn.